everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Hannah bringing you today's COVID-19 update from the Rocket Miner. Thankfully it was a pretty quiet Sunday, nothing too big as far as breaking news or updates with the virus. Today we are up to 197 confirmed cases in Wyoming, and that number just keeps jumping up. It feels pretty drastic. We were at 82 last Sunday. So within this week, it's more than doubled. But again, keep in mind that that's with all of the tests that are going through, the numbers keep going up higher. But also keep in mind that the more we stay at home, the more we can stop this spread so that we don't just keep seeing that number go up. The last I saw, we were still at 37 who were confirmed to have recovered and are doing well. As Caleb said yesterday, we now have 5 people in Sweetwater County who are confirmed to have the virus, but so far sounds like they're all doing pretty well and have pretty mild symptoms. Today I wanted to warn you especially to watch out for scams right now, because there are a lot going around, and this came up today for me specifically. This morning I got a message from a lady in my church. Well, I thought it was from a lady in my church. She doesn't usually message me, but it just said something like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And so I thought, oh, she's just being nice and reaching out, being friendly. So I started chatting with her, and then she started talking about some weird organization and whether or not I'd gotten mail from them. And I started to think that it was feeling a little strange and something was wrong, but I wasn't sure what, so I kept talking. And the messages kept coming, and they were saying, "Oh, I got $84,000 from this organization that's giving people money to help them with COVID-19 relief, and your name was on the list, and I wanted to reach out to you so you could get their contact information and get your money." And as soon as they started saying that, I was like, this is not Joanne. So I actually messaged them and I said, "This isn't Joanne, is it?" And they said, "Of course, it's real me, Hannah." I thought, oh, really, is it? So I asked, I said, okay, then what did our pastor preach about this Sunday? Because we live stream our church services now. And they said, well, he preached about the virus, of course. And no, pastor didn't preach about the virus. He preached his normal message for Sunday. So I knew right away that it wasn't Joanne, so I stopped talking to her. I let her know on her real Facebook page what had happened. I sent a report to Facebook to report them as impersonating her and not being legitimate. But honestly, I pride myself at being pretty good at recognizing scams and when people have been hacked. But I honestly fell for that one for a couple of minutes. I thought it was her. They were pretty convincing. And just when I started to realized that it didn't sound like her, things seemed a little bit sketchy, and the further it went, the more I realized it. But a lot of people would just keep going and could potentially fall for that and end up being like, yeah, I would love to get some free money to help with this, and giving out contact information or financial information. Just be really careful and be really smart. There are so many scams going around with people offering money and relief and whatever else, taking advantage of this situation. So just be careful when you see things like that. Double check everything. Don't give out personal information. Don't give out financial information. Look out for people like maybe your grandparents who aren't as up to date with technology. It might be harder for them to recognize a scam right away. Just be aware that those things are happening and be careful and report them when they do. And just don't give out your personal information to anyone that you don't know and trust fully, and anything that looks even slightly suspicious. Just be careful and smart. But with that, I also just want to encourage everyone to actually genuinely reach out to each other, because I have had a lot of people reaching out to me that maybe I don't talk to all the time, and that's why I at first thought that it was legitimate, because it's been such an encouragement to me this week that I have had lots of people in my life who, like I said, maybe I don't talk to them regularly or haven't seen them in a while, and they will reach out and just send me something or see how I'm doing. I was privileged to do a study abroad in Spain program a few years ago, and lived with a family there in Spain, and I still have them on all my social media. And the other day I woke up and Jose Antonio, my Spanish dad, had sent me a video of a man from Spain who's quarantined, who's singing this beautiful Spanish song. And it was so sweet and encouraging, and even though my Spanish is a little rusty, I messaged Jose Antonio back and I asked him, like, how are you and your family? Are you staying safe and healthy? And he said, yeah, they're doing good, and they're trusting, and they're okay. And that was so nice just to reconnect with him. That was so encouraging to me. And so I would just encourage you, it encouraged me to want to be the one to reach out to other people, be the first one to send a message to someone you haven't talked to in a while and say, hey, how is everything going right now? Like, how are you doing with this? And we just need those connections now more than ever, since we're so limited in who we can actually see and be with in person. We really need to rely on the connections and the abilities we have from technology to connect to people. So just encourage you today as something you can do that will be an encouragement to other people and to you. Just find someone that you haven't talked to in a while. Find an encouraging picture or a funny video or something you like, something that makes you think of them, and just reach out to them and send them a message and see how they're doing. But watch out for scams. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you're safe. Hope you have a good evening, and just keep checking back with us for more reports and updates. Have a good night.